Good morning. Yeah, one more minute, man. I'm out of here in one more minute. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. Ladies first, ladies first, ladies first. All right. All right. Try to be a gentleman, you feel me? I still be a gentleman even while I'm at work. But I love Jody now. I love Jody. What we represent, man?
Big money bound.
Say, let her know, man.
Big money bound.
Kids, man. You got the kids, man. Big Money Bound TV, RRT Posse, YouTube. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I release scheduled videos every Monday, 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, but I also release some unscheduled videos throughout the week. Now, if you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate all of the support. Thank you. Just finished up my 12-hour work shift. My night wasn't busy. It wasn't busy at all. To summarize it, I had 16 to 15 patients to see on my first round. Second round, I didn't have any treatments to give, nothing. I had to see nobody. I just had to go put on a couple of CPAPs, document some BiPAPs, and then my last round, I had 10 treatments to give. So, that was really a good night, man. But it started off I've been coming to work on time lately, consistently. I came in, somebody was if you got floor therapy, they'll just write down a report for you. They'll put patient came in with shortness of breath, they got a history of asthma. Patient came in with labored breathing, they got pulmonary edema, something like that. They just write it down. It was do you want me to write it down or you want me to tell you? Hey, if you can write that down, go ahead. Because COVID is still out here. And if I ain't got to really be within 6 feet of you while you talking to me, I would appreciate that, man. So, hey, if you can, go ahead and write that down. I don't mind. You feel me? Some people don't touch that paper. Some people have fun. Speaking of that paper, that Fetty, man. It was this rumor, it was this rumor going around the hospital where due to the whole COVID pandemic situation, all that bailout money, stimulus packages, the hospital got some large amount of Fetty, you feel me? So, lately it's been surrounding hospitals been getting bonuses. Nurses been getting $5,000, respiratory therapists been getting $3,500, nurses $4,000, the respiratory therapist $2,500. So now it's our hospital turn to get our bonus money. So we all right. We may get $2,000, $3,000. We think about them bands on top of bands. Man, we got notified. We getting $300-$400 though. So people really upset. They upset. But I'm hey man, you gotta be somewhat thankful. First things first, is bonus money that you wasn't gonna see regardless. They just created the bonus money for it. They just gave you a little bonus for working during the pandemic. Something better than nothing. I feel you. Everybody want them bands. Everybody's getting bands. I feel you. But something better than nothing. And what I think, my reasoning for it is the reason that they give us a huge bonus is because during the pandemic, I'm assuming this, during the pandemic, the hospital was real slow. Certain specialty areas cath lab, surgery procedures, all those was getting canceled. So if you worked in those departments, you was getting canceled or you was getting furloughed to dropping off lunch trays, taking temps. So if you were getting canceled, they still had it where you still received 70% of your pay. Even though you ain't at work, you still get 70% even though you ain't at work. I don't know if every hospital did that. Can y'all please drop down in the comments? Did your hospital do anything like that? Even if you get canceled because there's no work for you, the overall hospital facility still paid you 70% of your paycheck for that day. You still got paid 70%. You ain't there come to work. I was thinking about, hey, bro, just y'all going to cancel me, dog. I'm getting free fatty. So drop down in the comments and let me know that situation occurred at your hospital as well, where the employees got 70% of their pay, even if they were canceled. Cause that's like a huge bonus right there. You feel me? So that's my reasoning behind it. Normally, I've been working in the ER lately, man. So with being in the ER, it's a totally different like charting system that you got to do. You got to hit different buttons to get to different screens. You feel me? So the way you chart on the floor and how you chart in the ER. But now today I'm doing floor therapy. So I'm on the floors hitting the buttons like I'd be doing down in the ER, saying like, why isn't this working? Then I had to remember, bro, you're not in the ER. But we just like creatures of habit. So I'm up there, but I'm hitting the damn button. I'm just trying to figure this out, man. And with that floor therapy, it comes, it just comes, you interact with like, it's a lot of strange encounters. I go into a patient room, man. Patient using the bathroom. Bedside commode. All right. I stepped in, see they on the commode. Hey, I'm here from respiratory therapy. I had a treatment for you. I'll be back. Let you finish. Dog screamed at me. You better come back. Hold on. Now you ain't gonna be taking the shit and talking shit at the same time. Like, nah, you can't be doing it all. You can't disrespect me like that now. Why you taking a crap? You talking crap? Come on, man. Come on, dog. Like, hey. Yeah, I'll be back. Just finish up what you gotta do. Handle your business, dog. But homie talking to me dirty, man. Why doing some dirty work? Bro, these folks, wow. Like I say, man, when it comes to floor therapy, even though a patient has been refusing treatments for the last few days, for the last week, for the last 2 weeks, you still want to go by that room and let the patient know who you are and what you're there to do. Now, if they refuse from you, okay, that's understandable. But don't just assume that they're refusing. Had a patient like that last night. Been refusing treatment since the day they've been admitted to the hospital. Since they got admitted, they haven't took one treatment. But knowing what I know, let me go ahead and just, let them know what I'm here to do and see if they want the treatment or not. If they say no, that's less work for me. They've been saying no, so I'm assuming it's going to be less work for me. So I just go in there and introduce myself. Okay, hey, got your treatment. The dog say, you know what, man? I think I'm going to go ahead and take it. Hey, had I said patient refused and the patient didn't refuse, but I just assumed that, now they calling me into the office asking me what's going on. I don't want to be in them people's face about nothing that's done incorrectly about my job. This is how I make my fetty. I do my job to the T. I dot my I's and I cross my T's when it comes to this cheese. So, hey, man, don't assume. Make sure, man. Just double check. Always double check, man. Gotta double check. A nurse, like, if you ever work night shift as a respiratory therapist, or you're gonna be working night shift as a respiratory therapist, these are some phone calls that you can expect to get very often. Nurse called me. Hey, Randy, I got a patient that said they use CPAP at home. I'm putting in an order, but it says EPAP. Well, what do I put for EPAP? What does that mean? Alright, we know what EPAP is, man. EPAP is the end positive expiratory, end positive airway pressure. And yeah, I think that's what it is. Drop down in the comments if I'm right or not. End positive airway pressure. Expiratory positive. Hey man, y'all drop in the comments. I had a long night. I don't forgot, man. So expiratory positive airway pressure, something, bro. So I had a nurse call me saying, what do I put for EPAP? All right. You say the patient take the CPAP at home. They use CPAP every night at home for the last 12 years. That's what you told me, right? Yeah, okay. Ask the patient What settings do they use on the CPAP at home? All right, 1 second. Come back to the phone. The patient said they don't know. Come on, man. You've been using something for 12 plus years and you don't know? Put 5. What FiO2 do I put? What FiO2 is the patient on? they're not on FiO2. Put 21. You feel me? So when it's that kind of situation where I gotta like go to the patient room and figure out what pressure to put them on, because you don't just want to put them at 10, that may be too much, 12, that may be too much. I start them off with a low pressure. And I say, hey, let me know if you need more pressure or less pressure, or is this kind of like what you're used to? We got to tweet, okay, put them at 5. Nah, go up a little bit more. Put them at 10. Nah, that's too much. Put them at 8. Yeah, that's perfect. Hey, man, CPAP at 8, you have a good night. That's how we got to like, that's how I got to figure out what's the patient like EPAP if they don't know. So you can expect to get those phone calls frequently, man, about the CPAP, the BiPAP, the flow meters. Speaking of the flow meters, my homegirl was telling me she had a nurse hit her up. Hey, nothing against nurses, man. Like, I appreciate the nurses. Nurses and RTs got to work hand in hand. But this shows like why the RT is so important. Nurse called my dog like, hey man, I got a patient on the oxygen, but they still desound. Can you please come check on the patient? All right, no problem. My dog go up there. Some people just say, all right, no problem, I'll be there, and won't go up there. That's just like the nurse just overreacting. But my dog went up there right away. So she get up there. She said, yeah, I got on the flow meter. Why isn't her sats coming up? The nurse had the patient hooked up to the medical air flow meter, not the oxygen flow meter. So the patient not getting no oxygen, they just getting air. Hey man, that's why you need respiratory therapy. I had a patient that was on a bubble humidifier, 4 liters bubble humidifier, so the airway won't get irritated. All right. No. I'm wrong. I had a patient that was on a non-rebreather. SATs was fine. Non-rebreather, SATs was fine. I come back in the room an hour later, patient on a non-rebreather hooked up to a bubble humidifier. The bubble humidifier ain't meant to go past 5-6 liters, man. It's not meant for that. That's too much air. The bubble, it's gonna get to shaking and whistling. It's about to explode. So I go find a nurse. I'm like, hey man, who hooked this thing up to the flow meter, put the non-rebreather on top of it? The nurse gonna respond to me, oh, I had an order that says humidified oxygen. Hey, y'all drop down in the comments. Why is a humidifier not needed if we're using 100% non-rebreather mask? Please drop down in the comments and tell me. Dog told me the order said humidified oxygen. Hey, he got a point, Joe. Hey, these folks wild, man. Hey, I can't. Hey, dog, I can't make this stuff up, man. Some of this stuff I can't make up now. Oh, man. That's what I miss about floor therapy sometimes, man. It's cool to be able to work in the units, in the ER and all that, and you feel me, you a critical thinking respiratory therapist, but sometimes that floor therapy, it just bring you back to like them good old good times, you feel me? Speaking of that floor therapy, like, we gotta do like NIF and vital capacity. For people that have like Guillain-Barré, that's from ground to the brain. And there's one from brain to ground. Myasthenia gravis, from mind to the ground. With that, the lung functions begin to like deteriorate. So you gotta like check the vital capacity and a NIF often. And it's a certain device that you gotta use. It's called a Wright's device for the vital capacity test. And I always forget which end to put the filter so the patient could blow through the device, and which hole is just for like the expiratory hole. I be forgetting because I don't use it that often, man. Then I'm doing the NIF. You gotta hold the NIF down for while as the patient pulls in. I'm just saying, okay, inhale, suck in. But the thing, I'm like, why isn't it moving? I forget I had to hold the device down. So I'm like, okay, that was great. We're gonna do it one last time, okay? And then I finally got it right, man. Hey, dog, I had a long night, man, but it wasn't busy, it was just long, man. But don't forget, in positive airway pressure, drop down what EPAP mean, man. I forgot, man. I know I don't explain it before, and I know, but hey, dog, I had a long night, man. My head kind of foggy and cloudy, dog. But I still bring RRT Posse to Car Talk videos, so I know a lot of people appreciate that, and I appreciate the appreciation, so I keep them coming. Please like and share the videos. I appreciate all the support. I got us. RRT Posse, I got us, dog.